guys, and we're back with some more VW content. Now, Wookiees in the Woods is only 2 days away before we leave. Of course, I didn't procrastinate or anything with getting all this stuff done, but as you can see already behind me, I got the car tinted. Not necessarily for any reason to do with Wookiees in the Woods, it was just something that was long overdue. This car is low to the ground, and when you have some hot boy with dropping HIDs in his squatted truck behind you, it's blinding at night. So that was something that was way overdue on this car, is some tint. What else are we going to do? Obviously, I have to do the basic maintenance stuff. I'm not going to bother recording. I have to do oil change and whatnot, but I have to upgrade the brakes. That's another thing that had to get addressed in the past, because under hard braking on highway speeds, I would get a decent amount of vibration in the steering, meaning the rotors are warped. So I was due for a brake job anyway, but obviously I'm not just going to change it with OEM brakes. And the reason we're going with non-OEM brakes is quite simple. These OEM pads and rotors that this car has on it, the pads, look at that. They dust so bad. After a week, this is what the wheel looks like, and it drives me absolutely insane. Obviously, we have to detail the whole car afterwards anyway, but I got some drilled and slotted rotors, and I painted the insides of these black, not because I'm trying to emulate a two-piece rotor or anything. I just think that they look better, and it protects this center section, so what you see through the wheel in the center is not all rusty. I also got some EBCs. EBC does not sponsor me in any way, shape, or form, but every one of my cars has them. The brake company has always treated me really well. I've never had any problems with EBCs. Now, since this is primarily a street, daily driven car, I didn't want to go with yellows or something really, really aggressive and then have a whole bunch of noise and whatnot. So I went with the EBC reds. They're low dust, so I won't have this whole problem of having to clean my wheels every other day, and they have still improved performance. So that's what I'm going with on this car. Now, there is a small issue, and that is my choice of color for my calipers. I want to repaint them. They're overdue to get repainted. The R logo and everything is faded off the fronts, so I'm gonna paint them. And obvious choice, if I have red pads, would be to go with red calipers. However, GTIs come with red calipers. Now, I debated this color a lot because I'm not one to be overly flashy with brakes and stuff like that. I don't like unnecessary attention, especially because this is just a Golf R, but a Golf, and I don't want anybody constantly trying to race me because I have hot boy brakes or something like that. So I thought about going with blue, what the Mark IV and Mark V R32 had, to kind of match that, but blue on this gray car, for some reason, I don't think it would look very good. So what I went with is yellow. So we're going to go with yellow calipers. I've never had a car with yellow brake calipers, so we'll see how that turns out. I hope it's not too much and too obnoxious. Obviously, I'll have to make a new R logo for it on the plotter, so we'll do that as well. But I don't have much time. I still got to throw this video together. By the time you're watching this, I'll probably already be at Wookiees, so I got to get the brakes done, clean this thing up, do all the fluids and everything else, and then get packed and ready for Wookiees in the Woods. I'm excited to go back. It's been over a decade since I did any VW type event, and especially, what is it, 2023? Since 2009, since I was at a Wookiees event. It was before it was even called Wookiees in the Woods. It was just some R32 guys in the mountains. I also have hoodies and t-shirts I made specifically for this event that I gotta pick up. And then I gotta print out all the stickers that I made for it as well, and then hit the road. So I'm gonna tuck ass with this and get it done. Well, that was a pain. Getting these things cleaned off, sanded, and primed took way longer than I wanted it to take, but I went with a very light high heat primer. It could go up to, I think, 2,500 degrees. Obviously, these brakes are gonna get really hot when we're on the tail of the Dragon, but I went, it looks almost white, with this primer just because I want the yellow to pop. I don't know, I've never worked with this paint, so I don't know how well its coverage is, and painting over black, I didn't want it to just be like this dark bronze looking color. So now that it's light, this is set, I think it's almost ready to go. Now I just gotta mix up the paint and paint it all together. I also gotta sit there and mask these off so I don't have my mustard and ketchup look, so this part of the pads is gonna get painted black as well. Alright, point of no return, time to mix up the paint. That is very yellow. So this paint comes with a hardener. You just dump the whole thing in there, mix it, and off you go. Hopefully I have enough to do all the brakes. No turning back now. Let's get painting. And finally, with no time to spare, we'll call it done. All in the nick of time. I now have to pack. I have to load up the car. And tomorrow morning at 6:30 a.m. sharp, we're leaving for Wookiees in the Woods. I got everything done that I wanted-ish. I clay barred and waxed the front of the car, not the rest of it, but the rest of it looked halfway decent, so I didn't bother. I still have to pack. I have to edit the video you're currently watching, and then we have to hit the road for Wookiees in the Woods. Now, something that's new and exciting for me is this is the first event I'm going to that I'll actually have merch at. It's a turning point for myself and obviously the channel, but at this event I will have t-shirts, hoodies, and stickers for sale and available to everybody. And it will be limited edition specific for this event. As you see here, the special edition sticker will be the channel name, obviously, and then the tail of the dragon itself, and then the Wookiees in the Woods 23 logo. So those will be for sale, and they will be in red, black, yellow, white, and blue, and I have plenty of them to sell. I also got t-shirts made, all with the same logos. So this will be all limited edition for this event. So same logo on the back of the t-shirt, and the channel logo on the front, and I'll also have hoodies, and on the back the custom made event logo. So once again guys, thank you for watching, and we'll see you at Wookiees in the Woods.